Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Jeannie, but you can call me JD, or vice versa. Welcome to episode 132 of the Twisted Strands. And wow, anyway, yes, I'm trying to keep to my schedule this time around. We'll see how well that lasts. This show is not being brought to you by a fresh beer, but I do want to talk about one that I had last night. Zombie Killer Cherry Sicer. Anyway, you can see why I bought it. I liked the name, Zombie Killer, and it describes itself as an apple honey wine with cherry juice added. Sounds strange, tastes way better than it sounds. So anyway, yum. And somebody told me that their beers were also very good, so I will be on the hunt for some Zombie Killer. And that's the drink of the week. Anyway, let's see. Anything special? Announcements? No. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate the fact that people still watch my show. Thank you, one and all, young and old, new and old, and returning. I should never call people old. Shit, my 43rd birthday is coming up. I have no right to call anybody old. Unless you're 105. But anyway, let's get on to... let's just do some whips. Everything's a whip. Because I keep casting on things. Now, these are the mitts I'm making. Clearly, I'm nearly done with this project, but it's still not done, mostly because Clea brought her toy up. I bought her a little squirrel-like toy, and she loves it to death. It has this little fur tail. She grabs the tail in her mouth, flings her head up, and then throws the let's go, and the toy just flies into the air, and she loves it. So she carries it by the tail everywhere. So anyway, what is the plan for these finished mitts? I am going to add a strap to the back of each mitt, and I will put some silver buttons on the mitt that have some kind of design. I need to search my button collection and find out. I finished one of the straps, but I need to do the second, and I did make another second strap. I screwed it up and it was too long. So there you go. That's what happens. I'll be making another one soon. Now this is my first fresh and new sock of the new year. I finished those bloody red socks, but this is a... Yes, and she brought her toy in. I don't know if you can hear her. Goober. Anyway, here we go. This is made with Simply Socks post yarn, and I'm sorry, I forgot the colorway. I'm such a tits about that. But anyway, I cast on 64 stitches, and I am doing one of Megan from Stockinit Zombies. Megan from Stockinit Zombies patterns, blurred lines. I'm going to, with Megan's help, do the top down, and she was kind enough to send me a copy of the original pattern that does the top down and the top up, toe up. So yes, this is going to be more of a sock. And push next week, I hope. And let's see, so the gloves are almost done, the sock is just started, and last week I was showing you the first of this dishcloth project that I'm working on. I was totally screwing up the pattern before, so I ripped it all out, start it again. Here's how I started it again. I only cast on 83 stitches, and for the first row I knit 40, placed a stitch marker, and then knit 43, and then continued by following the directions properly instead of being a dumbass and not following directions. So this is actually the second. I started this last night, and I think my dad will really like this. This is the first one. So this came out really nicely, so I really like the stripes, even though they're a pain in the ass. And I crocheted a loop out of the remaining yarns and just used both of them to make one loop. And now she's bored. Where's your toy, Ditz? You flung it into parts on the... Oh, she flung it right by my feet. So, this is the toy she loves so much. We bought it at the local Acme. See? It's a squirrel or a mouse or something. And now it's stuck someplace else. So she'll have to deal with it. Come on, Cleo. Anyway. So this is my only finished object this week. But I think it came out really well, and I'm really pleased. Mostly even. Mostly. And that's what I'm working on. I haven't touched the fuzzy scarf that I'm making for Mom, but I will eventually because the mitts are done. What I'm going to do from the stash next, I'm going to continue working on those socks, and I was looking at an old kit that I had purchased a while back during a sale, so I'm going to start a Christmas stocking. Because it's cute, and why the hell not, right? Crafters are always making things for seasons, out of season anyway. What's the big whoop? Not a big whoop. So I'll show you that package next week, and hopefully I'll be done with this mitts and the cute dishcloth, and then I'll start this cute stockinette stitch with the Intarsia, which is scary. I must admit, scary stuff. For me. Even though it's not sky jumping. And, yeah. That's my plans in a nutshell for the next week and whatever. You'll see it as we go along. Anyway. So, that's the stuff. I haven't touched my spinning wheel this week. I will. It's been a little cold. I've been a little bit cranky. So I haven't touched it. What I've been doing is I've been playing a lot of Sims, and that requires sitting still. I'll put a picture of the family that I made. I tried to make them as ugly as possible, and then I'll breed them with pretty people as the generations pass. It's called the McUgly Challenge. It's freaking hilarious. So, yeah. Anyway, Sims, a lot of Sims. This Sims helped me knit dishcloths and other easy things, so why the hell not, right? Anyway, that's the yarny goodness. Let's go on to stuff and junk, shall we? First, let me invite you to join the group at Twisted Strands Podcast on Ravelry.com, please. We have about 440 members. I'd love to see that number go up this year, if possible. If you like the podcast, please do feel welcome to join. And what else is... Oh, and don't forget there's a 14 socks knit along going on. That's... Last year we did 13 hats, and many of us blew that out of the water. Some didn't. And that's fine, because it's just something fun we're doing. And this year, it is 14 socks. So that's 7 pairs of socks. I know some of you are going to totally kill me in this challenge. And that's fine by me. I'm not the fastest or most skilled knitter, and I know that. I'm good with it. I just want to do what I can and improve my skills as I keep going along. Oh, and another challenge that I'm doing is going cold sheep. And I'm proud to say that despite receiving some yarny goodness for free, I have not purchased any yarn yet. Nope, no yarns yet. A pattern or two, but that's it. And wanting to use up the stash, I have printed out some patterns. And one pattern that I really liked, I should tell you about. Let me open up the preview thingy, or whatever the hell that is. What is that called on a Mac? It's called a preview. And it has a gorgeous leaded windows. I purchased this shawl pattern when I saw the Cold Sheep 2014 challenge on the LSG group that I'm part of. That's Lazy, Stupid, and Godless. They're awesome. I recommend anybody who likes to cuss, drink, swear, or none of the above to join. And it's a leaded windows, a cowl pattern by Kate Vanover. And what it is a beautiful pattern that looks like it's got stockinette stitch behind it, but in the front it's got, the diamond patterns of a leaded window. It's really attractive, and I want to give it a shot. I haven't picked out the yarn for it yet, but it's certainly in my view. So anyway, yeah, that's one of the many things I want to cast on. But first I'm going to make that Christmas stocking because it looks like fun. All it is a little snowman, and it's really cute. So I'll show you the pattern next week. I was just taking it out of its package finally and looking through the pattern, and it looks like fun. So anyway, that's the yarny goodness and plans I was able to enjoy through Instagram and Facebook and some Ravelry or emails that I get from yarn stores. The many pictures that people posted of Vogue Knitting Live in New York City. That was this past weekend. And I know one of my friends, she's Mimers66, I think. Sorry. She does her own podcast. It's called Hudson Valley Knit. She's very sweet and extremely talented. She posted some very nice pictures, and some of the yarn stores, one of the people went and posted pictures, and I got to see some other people's pictures of the events, and I really deeply appreciate seeing everybody's pictures. That was a lot of fun. Even looking at the yarn pretties was fun, because doesn't cost anything to look, right? Yeah, exactly, it doesn't. I look all the damn time. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who shared their experiences of Vogue Knitting Live with us on the internet. It was deeply appreciated by me, and I'm sure other people liked seeing your fun that you were having too. And my personal thing that I'm doing, I'm probably going to have Bridget, and we're probably going to go to the Connecticut Sheep and Wool. Yeah, I see you. Stop trying to play with my yarn, stinker. This is why I keep my... Yeah, this is why I keep my door closed when I'm not available to keep her company. Because she will take anything and think either food or fun. This cat was on my bed this weekend, and she decided, oh, a piece of fuzz. How does it smell? I'll just eat it. Not remote. It might have been polyfill or some yarn fuzz. She ate it. I have no idea what she's doing under my desk right now. Disgusting creature. Yee. It's a shadow. Not the brightest cat. But she fits right in. Now she's playing with the curtains. Stop that. Stop being cute. You're distracting me. Anyway, yeah, she's not gonna bother me because I'm not playing with the yarn anymore. She missed it. Oh, what was I doing while knitting and crocheting? And, well, I wasn't spinning, so I can't even claim that. Well, I was playing lots of Sims with the Make Ugly challenge, which is a hoot. And I was watching Priest. I watched Priest, which is one of those dystopian future, the vampires and humans have been fighting ever since they became aware of each other, which is back in the Egyptian times or what the fuck ever. And yeah, it's vampires and humans having a millennia long struggle against each other, whatever. So anyway, yeah, and there's these dudes that are the church and blah blah blah. They're special people that fight the vampires and yada yada. And there's some weird subplot between another vampire hunter and him and yada yada. Yada yada. It was okay. Ugh. The disc I got from Netflix was a little damaged, so my computer just said, oh, we're gonna skip this part. I'm like, what? Anyway, certainly not worth watching again in my opinion, so I'm just gonna send it back and say, hey, your disc, it's not great. Just send me the next one. And, oh, just a myriad of other crap. What are you doing under the desk, you little shit? Wanna come up? Come here. Oh, there's gonna be a Cleo cameo whether or not she wants it. Yeah. Who's your little squirmy worm? Yeah, say hi, everybody. I'm a little bitch. Rah. Whoa. There she goes. And she doesn't go more than 10 feet away from me. Anyway, so yeah, that's the movie review. I would give it 2.5 skeins. I'm being generous. And of course I've been watching really old Doctor Who because I've watched up to Netflix's Instant View. So I've been watching that. I watched the Aztecs. Doctor Who and the Aztecs. Pretty fucking funny. And now I'm watching The Mind Robber, which is the second Doctor. They don't have all of the season in it. You have to get bit by bit of each DVD too. So I spent like 5 minutes trying to get all of the damn Doctor Who DVDs that they had. So yeah. Obsessed? No. I showed you this, right? Of course I showed this to you. Is that on? Oh, yes. And when I went to Barnes & Noble with the folks, turn off. They had a whole table full of Doctor Who. I must have spent like 5 minutes playing with each and every single damn thing. Making this TARDIS noises, sound on the toys, and yeah, blah blah. And then I went over to the science fiction and looked for books. I am reading a Doctor Who novel written by this jackass, Gary? Something or other. It's called Beautiful Chaos. And while fun, it is clearly written very quickly because some of the words are missing. Instead of, oh, sorry, jiggly, getting jiggly with it. It just annoys me to see rushed writing or writing that just doesn't have proper grammar. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. And it's kind of obvious that someone didn't care if there was a to or a do or the... Anyway, nitpicking. Every time I read a book or a novel or whatever, or the newspaper, if there's a mistake, I hate it. And I guess it's a pet peeve, isn't it? Ooh, pet peeve. Oh well. But anyway, that's why I'm calling the author a bit of a jackass, because he probably had the time to do a better job. You know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. But he didn't. And that made it less of an experience. But I am enjoying the novel, and Beautiful Chaos by so-and-so who doesn't do his homework or pay attention to grammar. The Elements of Style. It's a great book. You should try it, authors. Anyway, that's my pet peeve. Blah. And I should shut up about it. Yes, I know. Let's see, what else is there? Ooh, just the alongs. Don't forget, Sadie of Yarnivore Podcast is doing her February is for Animal Lovers Drive, where you make blankets for animals in shelters, and that's going on. I haven't even started or gotten out the yarn for it, but I will at least contribute one or two. My issue is with dropping them off because I always want to take somebody home with me. And I don't mean the cute guy who takes care of the cats, okay? Anyway, let me bid you adieu. My contact information is at the very end of the podcast, under the little thank you for watching. And I do want to thank you for watching, and excuse me, I'll edit out most of the coughing, don't worry. And anyway, sorry if I forgot anything, and don't forget, let me leave you with these words. Whenever you're doing crafts, no matter what it is, no matter what materials you use, you're making the world a more beautiful place. And for that, I thank you. Have a wonderful week, kids.